Hi, how you doing? I'm Wendy Williams and I'm in studio with the Hollywood Reporter.
Can you teach me how to properly say how you doing in true Wendy Williams fashion, because I need to execute it.
Dim your eyes and your lips should fall into a triangle.
Okay.
On the how you doing? How you doing? You're a little forceful from the back. It should sound ridiculous. How you doing? How you doing? That's pretty good, Evan.
Do you know what? I appreciate that. I still feel like it's lacking, but you're a great teacher, and thank you. I really appreciate the lesson, but I think that just goes to prove that no one does it like Wendy Williams.
Well,
there's only one Wendy Williams, and no one's been able to do what you've done in the past 10 years with your talk show.
11.
11.
0.5 if you include
plus years.
If you include the 6-week sneak peek.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a world without the Wendy Williams show. And this has been such an incredible year for you. You got your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You're about to have your own Madame Tussauds wax figure, which is such an iconic moment for any public figure. And not to mention, you have a wig of yours, a dress of yours, one of your sparkly microphones in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have your career immortalized so many times in such a short span of time?
It feels like I'm talking about somebody else, not me.
Yeah.
Wendy from Jersey. Like, my family doesn't treat me any different. The public treats me different, but I still don't feel, my staff doesn't treat me any different. You know, many of us, we've been there from the first day of the 6-week sneak peek. We've become like family.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be treated any different. You know, I just want my respect from this industry. It seems as though that's the biggest fight that I have, so I've given up. Thank you for having me here. Oh, Hollywood Reporter.
Oh.
I guess I am big time.
You absolutely are big time. How would you describe the evolution of your show in the past decade plus?
Well, we used to be in Hell's Kitchen, which was a lovely studio for a person who's never had a talk show. I was grateful for everything there. When I was told, Wendy, we're moving next season, I was kicking and screaming. Like, no. I got my office painted pink, all my tchotchkes are hanging up. This is home, I like it here. Why are we moving? Why do we have to move? Why do we have... And then it was explained to me by the execs higher up, Wendy, our show is growing and we need a more mature situation. So we moved to Chelsea, higher rent. They're right, we did have to move. I didn't realize it until we got there. And then we got this $1 million media wall behind me as I do Hot Topics and, you know, give away things. And the media wall does make a difference. And I didn't realize that either. You know, there's no more painted cheetah on the floor, which I miss that. Like, why can't we have that? You know, and they're, Wendy, because we're mature now. I said, no, we're not. No.
Now you're big time.
Yeah.
You can't fight it. You can't fight the success.
I love it. I love it. So how has the show changed? We've upgraded in many ways, but still as messy as ever, which is very important to me.
Perfectly imperfect. Like,
exactly.
Wonderfully messy.
Exactly.
It's a lot more fun that way, for sure.
It's the show that I would watch if I wasn't doing it.
The syndicated talk show space is a really difficult space, especially over the past 10 years. I mean, let's be real, there have been a lot more failures than successes. So
there sure have, including some very big names.
Very big names,
with bigger salaries than I have even in my 11th season, who have failed, darling.
So how do
and you know what? And that makes me feel good. People are betting on horses who don't even need to be in the same barn as me.
Oh, she went there. I love it. Well, what do you think it is about you that has defied the odds? And what are the specific challenges that come with the syndicated space?
Well, I was born to do this. You know, I'm not a manufactured product. You know, in 6th grade, I knew, all right, enough with this. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a school teacher. I want to be either a DJ on the radio or I want to be a news anchor. I come from a family of good communicators, you know, and so I'm a natural. The one thing that I have is that I'm not scared to public speak at all. And I'm not scared to public burp, and I'm not scared to public, you know, tilt my wig or whatever it is. I'm not scared. I've never been scared of that all of my life. Neither are my mother and father. My parents walk into a room, forget it. The room stops. They have this aura and they can talk to everybody from the homeless to heads of state.
Yeah, obviously runs in the family. And you've said that it's your parents, Oprah and Howard Stern, that have had the biggest influence on you.
Yes.
How have they each impacted you?
Well, Howard, just because I feel as though his mother and father, Ben has since passed away, but his mom and dad remind me of my mother and father. Shut up, stupid, sit down. That's my parents. Are you serious? My parents, because they taught me the personal side of if you're ever lucky to get successful. Wendy, you want to know how to cook for your husband and your family. Wendy, you want to know how to iron correctly. You want to know how to keep your nails done and your waist tight and look beautiful for your husband. It's not enough that you're successful if you become successful in life. And she never really told me these things. My mother is one of my 3 heroes because I learned from observation. And to this day, she's the same person. Oh, she cooks she keeps those nails done. My father has a hot meal every night. It might be leftovers, but it's a hot meal. She might now because she's 84. Maybe she got it from the Publix, but she knows how to pick the right things. She waits for him to open the door for her. My father comes around and opens the door. He treats her like a delicate flower, and she is a boss, but still letting him be the man. So that's why she's my hero. Oprah, being the physically challenged black girl when she started, having a real hard time growing up. That wasn't me. But the thing about Oprah is that she rose. Mm-hmm. She rose, and she didn't let people hear no for an answer. And I know it wasn't easy for her. Yeah. But look at her today.
And look at you.
Well, I don't have $1 billion.
You're on your way.
I'm not staying around long enough for that.
Wendy, I want to talk about Hot Topics and the evolution of that, because at the beginning of your show, it was just a few minutes of you talking about pop culture, and now it's a full 25 minutes of you sitting there in the purple chair, just talking about celebs, talking to your audience.
Making tea.
How did it become that? And yeah, how did it become the tentpole of your show? And what's your favorite part of doing it?
Well, Hot Topics used to be 8 minutes. And then it became 12 minutes. And as our show is still swimming along, we're doing the best that we can. That ended up being the most popular part of the show. But there was still this thing, we've got to book celebrities, Look, I like celebrities. I like pop culture. I prefer to talk about celebrities, though, than to, if you want to come, then come to play. I'm not playing around. But the connection with my audience, I don't mind being raw with my audience. You know what I mean? There's no secret what I'm going through right now as we sit here. And I have made it no secret either. Not my fault. But I'm going to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
My sister, who's older than me, she says, you're a hero to a lot.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with your sister, for sure. Yeah, and you're not afraid to get emotional on your show either. And I see you here right now, you're tearing up, and I really appreciate that.
I'll be laughing in 30 seconds.
Well, let's get to laughing. I want to talk about the guests on your show. Sometimes there's these amazing full circle moments where you've given someone a good read on Hot Topics for years and years, and then they come to your show.
Isn't that great?
To play. I love it. How do you navigate those relationships? I think of the Kardashians, who you've obviously talked about for years, but then you're hanging out at Kim Ye's house over the summer.
And I've talked about them since I've left, but people, my watchers, they're so stuck on that I went to the house. They're saying that I'm on the Kardashian payroll, and I don't talk about them the same way. Yes, the heck I do. Here's how I run my business, the business side of me. I've learned to only count on me and my support staff at The Wendy Show. I've also reckoned with my career is not celebrity driven at all, at all.
Okay.
So that's career. When I think about my personal life, which would be my social life and who counts to me, it's me and my son against the world. The support of my family, and we're thicker than ever. Thanks to this last year. Sometimes you need to go through things to reassess things, all of us. And then as far as the friends that I have, I know people. If I want to go to the celebrity soiree in the Hamptons, I know how to get there. I know how to get invited. If I don't want to go, I don't have to go. Because this level of celebrity has come to me later in life. I don't embrace it the way I would if I was 25. If I was 25, I would want to be at every kick-up around the city. I'd want to be in Barcelona with the running of the bulls because that's where, DJ Khaled's having his birthday party or something like that. Now I feel like, no, my favorite place to be is in my apartment. My favorite position is with my legs up in the bed. And my favorite company, the comfort of a man.
Nice, all right.
Or family. And I do know celebrities. I do know them, and I appreciate them. And I don't take advantage of the ones that we're in each other's lives, but I always let them know. Now, if we talk about you on Hot Topics, I'm going to give you a call like 9:30 in the morning after I've met with my briefing team for the production of Hot Topics. And I'm going to call you, and I want you to give me an answer as to what is going on, because I'm still going to do the story.
Well, then it's kind of nice to be friends with Wendy Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a benefit to it.
That's what I'm saying. But Wendy Williams is not on their payroll. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not, but Wendy watchers seem to be, some of them seem to be really stuck on that. Like, oh, Wendy's becoming, one of them. No, I'm not one of them. Howard is one of them. Say, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, there's a difference.
There's a big difference.
Quickly take me through that day at Kimmy's house, though. And could we get them on the show one day?
I mean, if they want to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a booking department. They need to get busy, But we had 2 months off for summer. So I said, what am I going to do for 2 months?
Go to Kimmy's house, duh.
I keep telling my manager, Bernie, just have the bail money ready, because I'm a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said, you know what? I'm going to go out to LA, and I'm going to go by myself. No friends, no security, no nothing. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to stay for a week at the best hotel in town, and I did. Then I called Chief, that's my assistant. Get me Kardashians, get me as close as possible. I don't want an assistant. I want personal numbers. Now I'm challenging her.
She rose to the challenge. You were walking in the big white hallways.
A few hours later, right, she calls me back. She goes, here's Chris's number. I was like,
wow,
okay.
That is like gold.
Okay, now here we go.
The things you could do with Kris Jenner's number, right?
Yeah. So I called her up. I'm out here. I'm staying here. I told her where I was staying. I said, no tricks, no nothing. I'm by myself. Do you want to have lunch? I want to come over. Next thing you know, I dinged and donged, right? I told the driver, wait and keep the motor running for the first 15 minutes, just in case they're setting me up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't want to walk in on a filming of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Mm-hmm. I wanted authentic family day.
So if there were cameras, you were going to bounce?
Yeah. Or if there was hostility or something,
mm-hmm.
if I sensed hostility, because I'm insinuating myself on the first family.
The first family.
Well,
that. They could be.
Well, the Wendy watchers, though, would say, oh, Wendy, why are you calling them that? Because get down with the real. Who's the first family? Who's the first family? Right? All right now.
She says it like she means it.
Right. So I dinged and I donged, and who opened the door? Not a servant. Kim. And Kim gave me a hug, hello. And she was like, welcome, welcome. I felt like we'd known each other forever. And we have known each other forever, but not in that way.
Right. In a Hot Topics kind of way.
Right. So I was like, okay, this is all too good to be true, all too good to be true, So she walks me back, we sit in the kitchen and we're talking. I'm sitting on a bar stool. Kris comes out, flawless, beautiful, wonderful. They had one hired help there that I saw, but they treated her like family, not like some servant. We stayed in the kitchen like the whole time, and then here comes Kanye, right? And then right behind him is Kanye's dad. It was a real moment. Kanye is very skeptical of me, but Kanye has his thing. But he invited me to the library, and Kris goes, he really likes you if he invites you to the library.
Wow.
Yeah, for a sit down.
You had to sit down with Kanye inside of the library?
Yes.
Wow.
I sat on the couch.
It went well?
It went very well, but it was more like I talked to him, but he was talking at me. You know what I mean?
But I feel like that's kind of like the classic Kanye
yes.
you want,
Yeah.
Kanye talking at you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how he communicates.
Yeah, the
right?
rest of the family was very warm. His father was very warm. Kanye was just, Kanye.
Yeah.
And he started off talking to me with sunglasses on, and I did ask him, can you take off your sunglasses?
Did he comply?
I said, yeah. Which I thought, oh my gosh, I'm making headway with Kanye.
What a highlight for you in this year that's been already so
Yeah.
insane for you. Before the year wraps up, though, I do kind of want to go through some hot topics of 2019
Okay.
with you, some rapid fire topics, because a whole heck of a lot happened in 2019, which, of course, you talk about it every day on your show.
I try to erase it from my brain, though. I have so much on my mind that if you remember everything about a Selena Gomez, then I would never be able to get stuff accomplished in my real life.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's like in one year, out the other.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I feel that. Okay, well, first up, the college admissions scandal. Do you think that Felicity served enough time? Do you think Lori Loughlin's headed to the clinker? I mean, what are your thoughts on it all?
I mean, being a mother, we do anything for our children, but I wouldn't break the law for my son. Only because if I ever got caught, then it would only be my son against the world, and I'm behind bars. And ultimately speaking, the public shame would be something that I don't know that we could recover from. So I'll lock them all up as far as I'm concerned. I really don't care. That's very rich people, white people rich problems.
I see. Okay, and then next up is J-Lo and A-Rod. They got engaged. You know, J-Lo's been around for a second. She's had a lot of loves in her life, but do you think that they're the real deal? Do you think she's finally found the one?
She better have found the one. If they ever break up, it will break my heart. I'm so invested in this relationship. First of all, I still am broken up that she broke up with Mark Anthony. I find Mark Anthony to be one of the sexiest men on earth. And I'm a big girl, that's a little tiny man. He said this, so I can repeat this. He's visually not the best looking man, but there is something so manly about Mark Anthony. She made me look at him as more than the baseball legend person thing that he is. You know, he does have that show, Game On, I believe. He is a commentator. He has been on Shark Tank. Yeah, he's smart. He's smart. And he was smart enough to get with her, and he better be smart enough not to cheat on her, because we're all watching you.
And then lastly,
I don't want her to get pregnant, though. She doesn't have to prove anything to me.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to prove anything to me. It seems as though they have the perfect blended family. She's showing women it's never too late to find your next love. And she's also showing women there's nothing wrong with being in love with love. You know, because I've always felt that way myself. I'm in love with love. I want to be in love, and that's the way it is. I need love in my life. I need the comfort of a man. I'm not one of these hip-shaking girls. I don't need a man. Hashtag, I'm single. No, if I walk in the hall and see somebody nice, I'll go right up to him. Hey.
I love it. And lastly, the Jussie Smollett hoax scandal. Do you think his career is ruined forever?
Yep.
Do you think Hollywood is over him for good? Yeah, okay.
He didn't have a strong enough career to even pull those shenanigans. You know, at least I feel as though Felicity Huffman will work again. Lori Loughlin, I'm not so sure, because if she goes to jail for all 11 years that they're saying that she should go, you know, but Massimo's got the money. You know, she's not going to be poor. It's just that I feel like the foundation of his career was not strong enough and is not strong enough for him to work someplace else again. Like, if I was a gainfully employed actress and I found out that he was going to be part of the new cast of my show,
You pull out?
I would go and complain to my agent. And then I would find out who else is hired for this show. And I would secretly have little powwows over here with the other cast and say, look, there's strength in numbers. This joker right here, I don't know what you think about him, but all I'm saying is he's going to attract unwanted paparazzi and attention to the show, and not for a good reason. You know what I mean? They're not even worried about me working on the show. They're so busy looking at Jussie No, I don't think he'll work again.
So safe to say Jussie's not getting a part in the Wendy Williams biopic for Lifetime. Okay.
Jussie's not even invited on my messy little show.
Oh.
And he's been there before, and we just talked about guests and things like that. But I do have a say-so. He's not the first person that I would say no to. I've said no before.
All right.
I won't tell you.
She's saying it like she means it, like always. Wendy Williams, thank you so much for being here. It
was
such a joy to have you.
Evan. And the award goes to?
Wendy.
Ta-da.
I love it. Thank you.